So I'm just recording this video here. So this is the kind of like the most commonly asked question from like website, and this is a one of them is on 2.3. It's like just like the question: if you have 10x and gx and like 5x to the 4 minus 5x squared plus and plus 10, and then find like a limit of g of x to 1. So in this case, we try to find it's like a limit at x equal to 1 for both the right and the left side. So how to find out is like whether like the both like limit are equal. We plug x equal to 1 into both side functions. And for like a limit of 1 from the left side, a limit is 10, and the right side is also 10. So we can say in conclusion, the limit at x equal to 1 is 10. This is the final answer of the questions. So for this, if you see one polynomial is, so if you see any of those have two functions, it's just asking for two-side limit. So you compute the limit of given value of two sides, which is from the left and right. If two output are equal, then the limit exists. So 10 will be the final answer. Insert a text box. 10 will be the final answer for this questions. And will be question for this question. And for this question is a little bit tricky because see like a radical and all the trig identity here. So what we can do is conjugate this like numerator. If you ever see a radical, just regardless of the location, just conjugate. Radicals on the numerator and use the trigonometric identities to evaluate the limit. And now what we have, it is to like the limit of t t approaches pi over 2. I need to conjugate this sine of t minus this radical sine squared of t plus 5 cosine squared of t. Another conjugate times sine t plus this radical to cosine t, then and you can multiply this this time you just multiplied, and now you just kind of simplify this like a limit. You need to rewrite the identity here. Always just never forget the notation. It's gonna be sine squared of x, sine squared of t minus sine squared of t plus 5 cosine of t, 5 cosine squared of t. And now you can rewrite the trig identity here. Here's some trick that you probably have to know. Important trig identity for this limit. Sine of square plus cosine square, it is equal to 1. Well, sine square plus cosine squared of t, it is 1. Please remember this trig identity. We can rewrite the limit and then rewrite those trig identities here. Sine of t is 1 minus cosine of squared of t. So you can have it as sine of t plus 1 minus cosine squared of t plus 5 cosine squared of t. Any observations? Just gonna tell, don't be scared of this limit. It is I don't need to be that kind of scared. Just to simplify everything like the trig identities here, and we have like a limit. It's a 5 cosine of t on the top is are canceled. 5 cosine squared of t is 2 cosine of t. 2 cosine of t. Then what we have is sine of t. We have is 1 minus of, and we have 1 plus 4 cosine of t. We can simplify this radical. Sorry, because I need to type everything here, so that's why it takes a lot of time. Then also write as the like the limit 5 cosine squared of t 2 cosine t, and then we can multiply is sine of t plus 1 plus cosine of t. Is this a lot more easier, better than like original one, right? Then we just evaluate the limit. Just the 5 cosine of t on the top, and this dude on the bottom. And then we do like evaluate like the limit. Have cosine pi over 2. Calculate out of here. Then just basically what you're gonna do is pi over 2, just do all the trig identities here. Okay, here. Cosine of 90 degrees, it is a 0. The answer is a 0. It's the final answer you're looking for. Just to simplify all like the trig identities here, so it's like the cosine t can be canceled. Also, you need to kind of cancel the trig identities here, so we still have the limit. Because cosine power 2 is a 0, and cancel these zeros here. We have like 5 cosine squared of t. And over here have 2 cosine squared of t, and you need to cancel this dude. Cosine squared of t plus 2 cosine t, 2 cosine t sine t, just and you need to kind of just expand like all the terms just multiplied cosine t plus 2 cosine t. 2 cosine t. Kind of need to just multiply them, and then is a 0. That's it for this limit. Then if you do, yeah, that's it. The final answer is a 0, not this infinity. Because you need to do some work here. For this one is continuity, which we need to compute the two side limit. And a function is continuous if has a defined value and the limit exists. Let's put a thing. Sine t minus, and in both video here we just like all limit exist. First of all, you can see a radical. Just conjugate a radical. You have to conjugate and evaluate the left side limit first. Otherwise, just to say like, otherwise you can say just like a limit doesn't. Otherwise, just say like limit does not exist. Just to say it does not exist. Just to say if you can't solve it or whatever it is. And then just for some limit, you need to conjugate the limit. X approaches a 0 from the left side. F of x is equal to, we need to conjugate this radical, 3x to the squared conjugated radicals, x squared minus a squared, x squared plus a squared plus a squared plus a, and we need to conjugate the bottom, which this we just continues to simplify this limit. kind of have to x squared minus a squared minus a squared. So it's x squared plus a squared minus a squared. B, and you're gonna cancel them is a 0. So here it just what we will have is just like 3xa squared. So I have is x squared. You can cancel something. Trust me, you can cancel something. Maybe 3x to the squared. This x to the squared. Cancel this out. X squared cancel. So we remove the singularity. Remove the singularity. And then now we have is this kind of a thing. It's like limit of 3 and this 3 and is x squared plus a squared 3 like x is like a 0. It's just a is 3 plus a, and it's gonna be 3 plus a. It's gonna be 3 plus x 0 is where it's gonna be 3 to 8. 6a is like 6 equal to b, and the right side limit is b. We need for the limit x to as here exists is 6 equal to b. That's what we can get of this. It can be a constant, and then you don't need to worry about it. This is the same thing. Evaluate the limit. First step, we need to simplify the left side limit at x equal to 2. And which we must have it is like the limit x approaches 2 from the left side. F of x is equal to like the limit 2 minus we factors polynomials. And what we have it is going to be like the limit of x plus 2 is 4. And we need to put the right side limit it is, we need to plug in x equal to 2. Then what we have it is from the right side of f of x is equal to plus would be 4a minus 2b plus 3. So we have is 4a minus 2b is 1. Is this limit equal to, and we save this equation. Save this equation. We're using like in the we're using the future the limit at x equal to 3. We have this is like the limit. This is, I think this is gonna be a right side limit. So we need to do some right side limit. It'll be 12 minus a plus b. It is the right side limit. Is the right side limit. Well, like the left side limit we have is limit at x equal to 3 is in the left side, and we have this is going to be from the from the left side. Maybe 9a minus 3b plus 3. We have a set of equations. We need to have a set of the equations equal to 2. And the left side is 4. The side is 4. Three. F2. F4. If x greater than 2. I'm gonna check the Discord. Wait. I don't know what happened on my Discord. I'm so sorry about it. 4a minus 2b plus 3. And we have like for x3, it's also going to be like a set of equations. Left side is going to be 9a minus 3b plus 3. It is the then we have is this thing from the right. This is left side, for this is the right side. The right side is 12. Yes. Plus b. And we need to set this kind of equation. We find x equals 3, define what is a and b. So 3a minus 3b 3 equals to 12 minus a minus b. And then we have is 4a plus 4b is 9. 4a minus 2b. Actually, this is what I can do so far. Just to put in the equation here, then you can find what his answer is. You can just kind of evaluate like limits and set them equal. This is what I thought and I think I can do. This is a continuity. Continuity stuff. Let me just have to kind of reiterate. I will save this file. And I will stop sharing my screen. I will stop recording.